What's up, guys? I've got a banger for you today, as Timmy would say. We're back in Run 8, and we're going to be running a local. We're going to be running A768. I got the webcam back working. It's truly one of the aspects of YouTube and streaming and stuff that I absolutely hate dealing with this stuff, because you can have things set up right, and it will work flawlessly for months, and then you get on one day and everything is completely jacked up. It happens with audio, it happens with video, it happens with your games. Like, it's the thing, it's the biggest headache. So whatever happened with this webcam, a lot of my settings went back to auto, and this particular, my PC does not like auto exposure with the Logitech Brio webcam. If it's on auto exposure, it is like a freaking slideshow. So got all that set. I hope it's looking good for you guys and better. Yeah, it's kind of a pain. That part is a pain. It's my least favorite part. I hate the tech side of it. Like, it aggravates the hell out of me how things just randomly change. I guess it just updated or something and it just put it back to auto settings or whatever. But either way, it sucks. Okay, so we're doing the A768, as I said earlier, and I've modified it a little bit. The one that was sitting here on this build came off the depot. That someone was kind enough to do. They did an amazing job. I'm kind of changing it up a little bit to suit the way I want to do it. It's by no means saying that it was done wrong. It's like I said, do this game the way that makes you happy and how you want to run it. I can't stress that enough. You know, so I changed it up a little bit. We got our A768. I took some of the cars out because on this particular local, the way it was set up, we were going to be hitting every single customer on our trip. And, you know, at least all the locals that I worked in real life, it wasn't like that at all. You didn't hit every single customer every single day. It varied a lot. It varied a lot. You had a few regulars. Usually there was some kind of regular that was the entire purpose of the local, if that makes sense. It may be like a Georgia Pacific or a General Electric warehouse or something like that. Like those kind of places you hit every day, and then everyone else was kind of like an afterthought, right? I mean, there's sometimes you'd have a local that would have multiple major customers on it, but a lot of the ones that I did didn't. So yeah, I've kind of pared this local back a little bit. We're not hitting every customer. We're going to hit a few of them. We've got what is the Cordell Canning, and then we've got the Gilman Brothers or Gilman Building Products. We're going to hit them up. We've got our Rainier cut over here. Let's see, let's find it. Where's that? It's down here, actually. Rainier cuts for them. And then we've got Ace Pole on the bottom. So Ace Pole is kind of like a short. It's between Rainier and Waycross, but it's like as we're going out, it's a facing point switch. So we'll actually get it on the return trip, if that makes sense. Instead of getting it along the way. All these other cars over here is actually blocked quite nice. All these cars over here we're going to be getting on the way there, and then Ace Pole will get on the way back. I did take all the center beams out of the Rainier cut. Now, I know someone had left a comment and said that they'd seen center beams either in Rainier or coming in and out or something like that. Honestly, I've looked high and low on Google Earth, and Google Earth is a really good tool to, like, if you're wanting to learn this stuff, Google Earth is a good tool to use to kind of figure this out. But I looked high and low on Google Earth over multiple years, as far back as the satellite technology was good and clear, which is about 2012. And I couldn't find a single center beam anywhere in that plant. So I did some research on Rainier. They do cellulose products, which is like, it's not a finished product, right? Cellulose is used to make other things. So it's the world's largest cellulose producer. I think, and don't quote me on this because I don't know for sure, but I think cellulose product would be like the bell pulp and roll pulp and stuff like that we shipped out of the paper mill that I worked. Now, that paper mill, again, they did a finished product. Their main purpose was newsprint. But they also, on the side, they shipped out bell pulp and roll pulp. So I guess bell pulp is like the rawest form of pulp. Roll pulp is a little more finished. I guess it's maybe between bell and paper. I'm just assuming. I really don't know. But so yeah, they did their main job, right? Was the newsprint, but they had a side hustle, which was their mill pulp and their roll pulp. It looks like Rainier and Jessup just does the cellulose product, and it's used for a ton of different things. It's a huge plant if you've never looked at it. Absolutely huge. But either way, I've yet to find a center beam anywhere inside that plant, anywhere. They don't do any kind of finished lumber products. From what I can tell, right? From what I can tell, I mean, I guess they could do press board in there because they do take a ton of wood chips. Never say never, right? Never say never. But at least for my purposes, I couldn't find a center beam in there on Google Earth. You guys can look through it if you want. Rainier and Jessup at Doctortown. Look on Google Earth. Check it out. Maybe y'all can find one in there somewhere. I haven't found any. So, long story short, I took the center beams out. It's not that big of a deal, right? Like it's fine. If you want to take center beams in there, by all means, run it the way you want. Is what I tell anyway. What makes you happy, right? It's like I had another viewer, and I'm paraphrasing this because I don't remember exactly. I don't have it in front of me, but they left a comment, and I think they basically said they love Run 8. They'd like to try it, but I guess they're intimidated by all the codes, the symbols, and stuff like that. And I'll tell anyone, don't let this stuff discourage you. You can make this game as simple or complex as you want to make it. If, like, in essence, this game is about running trains. So if that's what you want to do, then by all means do it. You don't have to get bogged down in all this other stuff, right? You can simply just start out running trains. Make a train, plop it down, and run it. Put down a few others for some meats. Do like a little mini scenario for your one trip, and do that. You definitely, like, you don't have to get into all this other extra stuff. If you want to, fine. If you want to kind of take baby steps and get into it, then that would be the best way. But like, don't let that stuff intimidate you. You know, you're doing yourself a disservice if you do that. You know, you're missing out. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. And, you know, for a long time, I just did it as running from point A to point B and didn't really get into all this other stuff. Like, the last video was the first time I ever serviced anything in game. And I've had this game since day one. And I've never serviced anything on a service rack and fueled it. You know, never. One single time. So, you know, it's due for me. I'm still learning new things, too. Anyway, I digress. Let's get this bad boy rolling. We got a lot to do today. It's a busy day for Spur. I gotta go to a pet rally with my daughters. And what else? There's just a lot today. It's a lot. It was a lot yesterday too. Why unfortunately I wasn't able to do a video, but we're doing better today. We're trying, right? All right, let's get this guy. Yeah, let's get him in forward, and let's pull it. Let's see what the brakes look like. So we gotta double this thing over. Yeah, it looks like everything's good to go. Just knock the handbrakes off with F5. There we go. Trade too long for available track. It's got auto spawn on. I don't remember doing auto spawn on this. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I thought I had that off right now. I don't want too much stuff going on until I kind of get acclimated and get things sorted out, right? That's the thing about running a whole railroad in this game. That's the most complex part of it. That's why you have a lot of perpetual servers, right? Servers that are up all the time, like, you know, and there's several different ones. I'm not going to name any off because I don't want to try to like come off like I favor one over the other. I just don't know, but there's some out there that are up all the time 24/7. It takes a ton of people to run those things. It's really impressive what they do. So that's one of the aspects of the game that's really hard, is like managing the railroad as a whole when you're a single player. Let's get this switch here, and we'll get this one here. There we go. Yeah, man, that's one thing I wish there was something to the game. Either something built into it or a third-party program or something that allowed you, like, the management of the railroad as a whole. I'm trying to think of, like, how to word this or even describe. Like, as a single player, you can only do one thing at a time, right? So how do you, like, work all these other locals when you're just one person? I mean, you could hit them up as you get to them, but that would literally take days and days and days to just progress one game in day. I kind of thought about, like, having some kind of like AI, a local, and as it goes by the industries, it'll stop and it'll vacuum them up, so you don't actually see it going through the motions as far as, like, switching and setting cars out, but it, like, it stops and pauses by the industry, and then it, like, reconstitutes the train, and when it reconstitutes the train in that location, the cars have been picked up and added to it, and the cars have been delivered, if that makes sense. So everything is kind of just, like, magically swapped, you know? And then eventually you could AI it back to your yard and do your thing. I don't know. It's a lot though, right? Like, it's a lot to do in this game. I stopped just a little bit short. Let's pull up just a hair here. I really don't know. You know, there's some people say, well, it's a multiplayer game. It'll always be a multiplayer game. That may be the case. But I kind of wish there was a way to manage it as a whole single player, at least a little better, because the management part is truly what I like. The management and the logistics of moving this stuff around. Right? That's what entertains me. That's what I mean. I like running trains from point A to point B, but the logistics are pretty fun too. So it's like, how could you do that single player? Because you guys know, like, anyone that plays Run 8 that has all this stuff knows, like, how incredibly massive it can get. Like, it could just be absolutely outrageous as far as, like, how much stuff there is to do in game. It's a lot like Railroader, right? Railroader can get pretty overwhelming too. You know, Railroader's got a ton of stuff to do, and it's on a way smaller scale than this game. So I don't know, but the big part, like, I've been thinking about, you know, how could you do this, is like, how could you service all the locals without, like, actually physically doing it yourself? You know, I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe you could have a system where the local just, like, on paper or digitally, it delivers and picks up the cars, and then it just spawns it at a point outside of the yard and then sends it in. I don't know. Maybe that's a more simplistic way. I kind of like the idea of the local, like, going by the industry, and when it gets by the industry, it just pauses, deletes itself, and reconstitutes in the newest form with the cars picked up and delivered, and then it goes to the next industry, deletes itself, reconstitutes, has the cars picked up. I mean, it's not perfect, but at least you kind of have a sense of the local, like, going out down the railroad and then coming back to you. Let's say we're working here in a yard and we're just managing this, right? We're just trimming, you know. Humping, you can kind of do AI, but if things go sideways, like, it could get away from you really quick. But I don't know, that would be really tough. I don't know how you can pull that off. All right, let's get down here. Get out here, couple up. There's a Rainier car here. It's some kind of tank, but I guess that's like one of the few packs that I don't have yet as far as rolling stock. And so it's coming up as a default box car, right? All right, let's Pop down for this joint here. There you go. All right, about 20 feet. 10 feet, 10. That'll do. There you go, sweets. All right, we got this bad boy. Let's connect our air hoses. And is this side open? Is this guy good to go? Is he even laced is the question. No, he's not. None of that is laced. Man, I have got to remember that. I've got to remember to shift F70s before, you know, before I couple, to have them kind of at least laced and ready to go. So I guess we're good. We need to hang an EOT on this thing. Let's go down there and do that. Actually, go F12. Control F12, right? Yeah, that's left control F12. Yeah, someone else asked if I could do a video on the keybinds and stuff like that. I'll try to do something. I have to be in the process of doing it to think about it, because if you just told me how do you teleport to the rear of your train, I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head. Like, it's something to do with F12, control F12 is what it is, but like just thinking of it and not doing it, I'd never be able to do it. All right, let's attach this EOT. There you go. EOT is attached. The air is cut in. So it does everything for you when you do that. I know someone else did ask about that with my EOT issue in the last video. Yeah, when you attach EOT, it automatically, it hangs it, it opens the air and does everything. It does everything that you need. Go back to the head end here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we have no EOT. That's the part that's confusing me. We hung the EOT, but we have no connection. Do we need like the code? Do we need the code for the EOT? Like, is that what the problem is? 35115, maybe that's what it is. But I didn't, is like, I'm really confused. 35115 is the EOT code. Do we need to put that in or something? Like, is that the problem? I'm really drawing a blank on how to connect to the EOT once you hang it. Let's get this fixed real quick. Yeah, let's get that fixed real quick. We can just auto EOT and that's going to do it for us. Yeah, there we go. 66503 now. I'm just trying to figure out like how you connect to it once you hook it up. There we go. We got comm and everything. We're showing arrow on the bottom. Like, there's not a way. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm at a loss on that. Really just am. So what do we look like here? We're good on everything. We got a little bit. Let's bail that off real fast. There you go. Spelled off. This guy opened up. What kind of horn we got? Nice. RS5. Sweet. I'll go with that. All right, guys. Let's blast off. Let's get out of here. Headlights on bright. So we've got to go to Cordell Canning first. All right, EOT's moving. We're good with that. I gotta think. You know what? Let's back out of that real fast. I got to figure out the best way to get out of here. I shouldn't have got that switch back there. Actually, I did, but I didn't actually need to get that one. It just sent us down the other line. So we go down this way and let's hand through here. Don't need those crossovers. Yeah, we'll eventually work our way down there. Okay, that's fine. It takes you a hot minute just to get in and out of the yard. I mean, honestly, let's open this back door up for a little air. Get a little air circulating in here. So what are we looking at train stat wise? We're at HPT 3. We could have probably got away with just 2 locomotives on this, but 2,500 feet, 36, 38. As far as the tons. All the videos I've seen of this thing online, he had 2 locomotives. He had 2 6 axles. Going back to like 2011, 2010, somewhere in there. I'd love to find some older stuff, like older pictures and stuff, to see like what they used way back in the day. I've seen a picture of the Fernandina rocket way back in the day, like back in the 90s or late 80s, and it had like a ton of GP16s on it. It was like 5 or 6 of them. All right, so let's go. And we're about to do a little work with the dispatcher as well too. We're not going to auto this thing. Let's feather our independent just a little bit here, kind of slow down just a tad. There you go. Let's look at auto here. Let's see what we can do. What do we got? Got these guys stopped. Need to get them out of here because we got to go right behind them. This guy is stopped as well. Take him on south. Yeah, I'm not sure what all we've got going on as far as railroad. Like, it could be a whole... It literally could be a whole thing just dispatching. It could be a lot. I think we're good. All right, we'll keep easing on down here. So, we've got to set up our light to get out of here. Here we go. This is where it's going to be right here. So we don't need to go. Let's just tab. All right. So someone else had mentioned that they couldn't figure out how to make the dispatcher board large, right? So if we're looking at this one right here, we're kind of mousing over it. Just hit tab and it'll blow it up. If you hit left tab, it'll basically blow it up for you. We can do something with it. So I think we're coming down A3. We'll just line him out that way and give ourselves a light the rest of the way. Should be good as far as that. So we need to get J1. Okay, that should be good. What's our grade coming out of here? I don't see it. We need to go 0.23. Should be a really good running train with 3 HPT. This thing should scoot. So like I said, we took some of the customer deliveries off of this because, like I said, I just didn't want to hit every single industry on this trip. It's not to say that they wouldn't eventually be hit, right? Like sometimes you would get them. It's just not every day. You got some customers that are everyday customers. You got some that might be a few times a week, and then you got some that are once in a blue moon, and then you might have some that might be once every half a year. Like, for real. I can think of some mom and pop feed stores and co-ops and stuff like that that might would have gotten a carload of fertilizer like once every few months, you know, because they don't move the same kind of volume. Like, you know, a 3-bay hopper of fertilizer to them is a crap load of fertilizer, so it's going to take them a while to go through that. Now they'll get it unloaded. They're not going to sit on that car for 3 months and pay for that. Like, they got to pay for the car. If it sits there for so long, they start paying for it, right? So it's not like they're going to sit on top of it for weeks and weeks and weeks. They're going to get it unloaded, and then they're going to, you know, then they're going to do their thing. But you know, it's like once again, I'll go back to the paper mill job I worked, the yard job. I remember, well, for one thing, with that, we didn't have work orders. We were probably one of the last jobs on the entire system that had an agent. We had an agent assigned to us. He worked there too during the day. And he would leave us handwritten switch list every night. In fact, I've still got one somewhere. He would leave us handwritten switch list of what we needed to do for the night, what the paper mill needed and what we needed to do. So I remember one night we had like 12 3-bay Norfolk and Western and Norfolk and Southern covered hoppers come into us, and we put them in the yard, or we found them in the yard. I think the day job had pulled them in because they came off the southern side. So, and we were like, what are these cars? Like, we'd never switched anything like that with what we did on our regular thing, right? We never switched 3-bay, ribside 3-bay hoppers out there. It was always smooth side hoppers, and I don't even think we did anything 3-bay. I think the sodium chlorate or chloride or whatever that stuff was called was in those little 2-bay, like stainless steel hoppers. But so we didn't know what the deal was with these hoppers, and then a day or two later we got our switch list from the agent, and he was like, take these hoppers to, what was that place called? It was down the branch a good ways at this old huge abandoned factory. He said, and spot them up. Wasn't any place in particular we needed to spot them other than to just have them accessible to trucks, have truck accessible. So there's a spot kind of on the lead down from the abandoned plant just a little bit where it was kind of open, and they could get trucks up to it. So we said, okay. So we took them up there and spotted them. This old plant used to be a munitions factory from World War II. In fact, they did the heavy water there for Project Trinity, the first nuclear bomb. So it was this big abandoned munitions factory in the middle of nowhere in Alabama where we took these cars. And what it turned out to be was that they were all fertilizer, and there was some company there that owned thousands of acres of small pine trees. And what they were doing was they had a crop duster. They had hired a crop duster, and they were going to fertilize these trees. And they had 12 cars of fertilizer to do it. And that's what they did. So this was like a once in a, like, it may not have ever happened again. That may have been just a one-time thing, right? But my point is that, like, some of the stuff that you would do on the local would be like a once in a blue moon occurrence, that like once every year. Maybe they might fertilize them every year, something like that. But either way, it wasn't a regular thing, All right, let's keep easing down here. Make sure we got light. Make sure we're lined up good. We got light on the board, but we have to actually lay eyes on it. Either way, it was cool. It was cool spotting those cars that night because we actually got to explore that old factory, that old munitions factory a little bit. It was pretty cool. It was huge. I couldn't tell you how big that place was, but it was huge. It's big brick factory there. I'd given anything, we're talking 20 plus years ago, I'd given anything if we had the kind of cell phone technology and camera technology that we got now, because I totally would have videoed all that. Like, that would have been so cool to have. All right, we got a slow clear. Got a slow clear down here. There's our train. Not too bad, pretty decent. Pretty decent train. As far as locals, there was another local that I worked. I got forced to this local my first year. I almost got laid off. They cut off 2 guys behind me. So I was third from the bottom. And I got forced as a brakeman to this local up in Atlanta. which really they did me a favor. It was a great job. I absolutely loved it. But our sole purpose was to work this big GE warehouse, and it was a GE appliance warehouse. So they did like refrigerators, washers, dryers, you know, any GE appliance product they did there. I guess they warehoused them there, and then they shipped them. They like distributed them throughout Atlanta. And so we would take every night, without fail, unwavering, we would take 16 high cube boxcars to this place. A lot of nights, that was literally all we did. We'd gather up our 16 boxcars, go down there, spot them, and come back and call it a day. Like, it was great. It was so easy. The hardest part about that job that sucked more than anything else was the fact that the 16 cars had to be in a certain order. So box car number 1, 2, 3 might be door number 16, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10. So you had to put them in order, right, to take them down there to them. So that was the hardest part. We did more switching with that than anything else. You know, getting these box cars like lined up to take down there. But that's what we did. That was the bulk of, that was our sole number one purpose why we existed on the railroad, was switching that GE warehouse. Now we had other stuff that we did. We had a place that did something with plastic pellets, and we had a lumber yard. So the plastic pellet place was somewhat regular. We may not get them every night, but we got them pretty regular as far as I remember. We hit that place up. Go by the ice house down here. But we would do the plastic pellet place. DSX A768 23 Scott Clear, Plant Avenue. What is our number? I don't know. 8974 north out. The lumber yard was every once in a while. We would take them like a center beam of lumber. It wasn't very often, but we did from time to time, and that was basically it. I don't remember working any other places on that job. So like 3 customers. I'm sure there were more, but they were just ones that I never saw. Like, you know, the weeks that I worked it, or the times that I was forced to it for about a month, and a month or two. Absolutely loved it, but I'd get rolled every weekend for the days off because it had Saturday and Sunday off. So someone with higher seniority would roll me off of it for the days off, not work the job, but roll me off, take the days off, and then leave it. And I would I would go back to it, but I'd just take the days off. I didn't get notified. So I was like, you know what? I worked it Monday through Friday. I'm taking the days off. And so I would just unplug my phone or just not answer it and wouldn't get notified. So, I don't think we worked anything else on that job. I think it was purely for GE. And GE was a big deal. If you screwed that job up and if you didn't spot something right or they weren't happy, they would let you know. They would absolutely, like, it was a big deal. It was absolutely a big deal. So that would be a good example. One main customer that our sole purpose was for, everything else was a side note, right? Everything else we did every once in a while. Worked another local. We were a feeder train for another local, and for a short line. That was our main purpose, right? That every night we would deliver cars to this local and the short line. But we had a concrete casting place that we switched, and we had one lumber yard that we switched to. But those were like, I think I did like out of all the times that I ever did that job, I think I did the concrete casting place one time, and the lumber place maybe twice. Like it wasn't often, right? Like it just wasn't often. But we ran that train every night to do the main purpose of what we were supposed to do. So You know, it could vary. It could vary so much. You know, it's highly dependent on the local and the customers as far as like what you did. You know, get through this crossing here. That's a good horn. I like that. All right, now we can go. Another example would be the 720. You know, its sole purpose was Georgia Pacific. It worked that every day, and a lot of days that was literally all we did. Was just work that one customer and come back. But we had other places that we would hit once in a blue moon, goodies, a few pulpwood yards, but it wasn't a regular thing. Even the paper mill job, it had certain things that we did every single night. Oof, we get way fast. You know, I don't know why we still got 15. Unless we're still kind of hanging out in the yard back there. Made transition. That's what that click is she's making transition. Paper mill job. Every night, religiously, you switched the main dock, the paper dock, or the newsprint. You did that twice a night. You would hit the paper dock up. Every once in a while, once if they were slow, but usually it was twice a night. You gave them caustic soda every night religiously. You worked bell pulp every night religiously, and you gave them recycled cars every night religiously. Roll pulp, not every night. Sometimes you could do it multiple nights. Sometimes you may skip a night and not do it, just depending on what they were doing. Tall oil and turpentine, not every night. Every few nights we did that. The sodium, I can't remember what that, it was sodium, I want to say it was sodium chloride. Not every night. You would do that, you know, every few nights. Sometimes they would get it on the day job and you wouldn't have to bother with it at night. I don't know if it was switched every single day and we just, like, the day job would get it sometimes and we just didn't, but you know, like I said, the routine, you had certain things that you did routinely every night and then other things that were just kind of an afterthought, you know. All right, so we're good. We can do 50. Getting out of Waycross here. Yeah, this thing's going to scoots. She's going to be fun to run on this line with all the ups and downs that she has. This is like a seriously... That hog back down there. It's a good one. All right, let's go, guys. So I guess our next stop is Cornell Canning. Actually, where is that at? Yeah, shoot, I don't know. We're gonna fly up on that place like no tomorrow. I'm not sure where it's at. I kind of know where Gilman Brothers is at, but Cornell Canning is on the left. It's on the left-hand side. Yeah, it's on the left. I need to figure out some... Shoot, I don't have it up anymore, I don't think. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that. We're just going to have to kind of go with it and keep an eye out. Hopefully we won't blow by it. Had people leave comments about the Chinook flight in DCS. I appreciate it. I'm glad people enjoyed that. I love it. I love DCS. We're going to be doing a lot more in DCS. I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and really go through it. It's kind of time consuming. There isn't really much of anything you can do on DCS that's quick. I guess it's kind of a lot like Run 8. You know, you can't just sit down for 15, 20 minutes to get your gameplay in and then be done. You know, like it takes a little time. This A768's got a clear Bonnyman 8974 north out. Oh, yeah, I don't want to get too fast. I'm trying to scope out this place up here where we need to set these cars at. For this one car, we may have something to pick up. Looks like we've got an approach and a stop. It looks like we can see the distant and the siding at the same time. This is a fun stretch to run. It's highly underrated. Yeah, we got an approach. Let's just fix that for ourselves. Now what we got? Got it clear. This A768 23's got a clear distance to Homestead 8974 north out. There's a switch up here, but I think this is Ace Pole. I don't know why it's on auto spawn. We need to like get that fixed. We need to turn that off. Random. Okay, there we go. Disable. This is Ace Pole, right? This is what we hit up last on the way back. This is that facing point switch I was telling you about. Yeah. We got several in there to pick up, a few to spot. It's like we got an advanced approach on the south end of Homestead. That's not correct. It wouldn't give advanced approach like that. Not those signals. I mean, I guess it could, right? But I never saw any, like, on those old double head searchlights like that protecting a siding. I never saw anything other than like a clear approach or a restricting. There we go. Now we got it clear. This A768 23's got a clear south Homestead 8974 north out. Yeah, it's gonna be a good trip. Looks like the webcam is working out okay now. This at least is doing better. I don't know why it changed all the settings. Like, it makes no sense, but I guess it updated. I have no clue. I don't know why half the stuff happens the way it does. I really don't. It's such a pain. Got no clear. TSX A768 23's got a clear north end of Homestead 8974 north out. So yeah, I'll try to do some videos. Like I said, the person is asking about the keybinds. We can kind of go through that. Someone asked about a video about using the independent. I don't ever consider myself a good teacher, like a great teacher. I can try because you guys asked, but that's pretty cool down here with the signal and the doll alarm. I think this is Cordell canning up here. Yeah, I think this is Cordell canning coming up. All right, bill it off. One of the comments someone asked about the independence is they were asking about bailing. I always bail. Always bail. I don't care if I'm in dynamics. Because, you know, your DBI, your dynamic brake interlock, like that'll automatically bail it off for you. If you're in dynamics, if you got your dynamic set up and you grab some air while you're doing that, if that makes sense to you guys. But I like getting in a habit of bailing all the time because I don't have to worry about ever forgetting about it if I just make it a habit to bail all the time. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm in dynamics and the DBI gets it, I still bail it. Because you come out of DBI, the pressure is going to come back up. So I always bail. Yeah, this is our place right here. Question is, how many cars do we have? Damn, I don't know if we're gonna stop in time, guys. Maybe. Oh, you need to stop, please. Stop. 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 Do we have any to pick up? I can't tell. Oh, come on, please stop. Stop. I'm not shooting it for this. Like, if we go by a little bit, it's fine. We'll reverse. We're not that big of a train. Yeah, we got one to pick up there. Well, stop. Stop. Yeah, see, if I had known, we could have been better prepared. We may have to shove back a little bit. I've had engineers do that in real life too, like get by it a little bit. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we're going to shove back just a tad. At least we didn't completely blow by it. That could have been a thing. I'm like, come on, engineer, you big dummy. Why'd you blow us by it like that? Missed the switch. All right, let's hop down. So we've got one to pick up and one to set out. Let's go around to the other side. You put me off on the wrong side. Get off on this side. Oh, what do we got? Yeah, we went by just a few. All right, let's we weren't ever in idle. It would have helped if we'd put it in idle. That might have been nice. I thought we were. Let's reverse it. Let's go back to the other one here. There we go. Yeah, let's just shove it back just a tad. Looks like all we gotta do is just let it roll back just a tad. A768, let's come on back about 3-4 to cut. Sounds good. Someone asked where I got these wheel and truck sounds from. I honestly couldn't tell you. Someone sent this to me a long time ago when I got V3. Someone sent me a link to them and I downloaded them, and I couldn't tell you at this point where they came from. They do sound really nice. I'll try to research and figure out where I got it from, but come back about 2 more. Figure out where I got it, but I really honestly don't know. All right, let's make about 1 more one. There we go. I'll do 768. All right, let's go. We'll just hang on to this one. We just got to make sure, actually, this is not going to work. We got to show back a little bit more, Spur. Spur's not with it today, I'm telling you. We got to have room for at least 1 car to sit in here. Or we could just set it, we just shove it all the way into clear and then just let go of all of them and come back over and grab the one. All right, that'll do 768. All right, we're good with that. Let's grab you. Close you. We can't open the coupler. Let's bell this off. All right, give me some slack. There you go. That's good. All right. Take him ahead. Take him to the switch. 768. Should have caught up on it if I can. There we go. I think there's a way you could look. You could kind of stick your head out just a little bit and look. Maybe I'm confused with Railroader. A lot of times I get like super confused between this game and Railroader as far as like what you can do switching and that sort of thing. You know, I get super confused. Hang on those brakes. I forgot I set the brakes up. Actually, I want to get, I think that's a dock down there, right? So I want to get on the other side. I will get back in my groove. Just bear with me. Just bear with me here. We're going to get back in it. All right, 768. Switch is lined in the clear. Let's come on back. About 6 cars. All right, let's make it about 4 more. Just feathering the independent on and off. It's not like I'm jamming it on. All right, let's make it about 2 more to a stop. We'll stop a little bit short since it is on the dock, right? We'll stop a little short, make sure everything's in the clear, doors shut. Everything's good to go. Everyone's clear of it. All right, half car, half. All right, that'll do right here, 768. All right, we good. Let's hop down. We'll take a peek. Everything looks good. Yeah, close clearance, so you definitely don't want to ride on this side. You can have a bad day. All right, 768 in the clear. Let's come on back about half to a coupling. All right, 20 feet. In 5, that'll do. There we go. All right, we good with this guy. He's got a handbrake. Let's knock that off. Make sure air's closed on the bottom. I love all the trash on the ground over here. That's cool. That's open. It is open. Let's close you. There we go. Yeah, that is so cool. The oh, what were these things called? I can't remember. The joint bars or whatever. Papers and stuff. That's way cool. Let's go ahead and connect. Pipes going on up. There we go. All right, let's open her up the rest of the way. Sure, we get pin it off. All right, 768 up and clear. Let's take me head to switch. Oops, it would be good if I did it in forward. We're gonna run this thing off the end of the track. There we go. You guys, if you can't tell, I haven't switched in a stupid long time. It's been a really long time since I've done that. Yeah, I thought there was a way we could stick our head out, like lean out a little bit. Maybe that's Railroader. Maybe that's Railroader that I'm thinking of. Yeah, we're not going to work the whole local in one video. There's no way. It's too much. It's too much to do. Let's make about 2 more to switch to. It's probably a little bit more than that, but one more one. All right, that'll do right here, A768. Let's get on the engineer's side here, hop up. All right, 768 switches line in clear. Let's come on back about 2.5 to a coupling. All right, so we'll grab this car, sit him back over, spot him up, and then come back, grab our train, and then go on. We'll do Gilman Brothers, and that'll be it. One more car, one. Go ahead and hop down. Half car, half. 10 feet. Oh, too much. That'll do. All right, good to go. Let's get released. Actually, we'll go ahead and close this one out right here. Alright, there we go. We're good with that. Make our cut back here. Catch up. F11, catch up. I didn't even know that too the other day. I couldn't remember. I thought there were some other keys we could use to do that. Alright, 768 up in the clear. Let's take him ahead to switch. Wish we could cross over to the other side. Because I can't really see where we need to be at. All right, that's good right here, 768. Up, down. Right, we need to go on the off side here. All right, 768 switches line in clear. Let's come on back. Come on back about 5 or 6. Yeah, I have a hell of a time judging distances in game. It has to be because it's like the depth perception thing in game. But I mean, if you're playing with someone, if you're giving a real person car counts and they're running too fast to your liking, just give them shorter car counts. Make them think they're closer to hitting, and then they'll slow down, right? Like, instead of 2, tell them 1. Let's come on back about 2 more good ones to a spot. All right, one more car, 1. All right, half car, half. All right, let's stop them right here. All right, let's hop down. Look. Yeah, that's good. That's fine. Good enough. We can get a handbrake. Take this guy. Close angle cock. All right, let's give me a little slack. 768. That's good. Oof. Yeah. Kind of moved a little bit. That was a bit much. It's a bit aggressive. It's a bit aggressive. Pretty big dock though, so we don't have to worry about like knocking it off the spot. If this had been a door, then we would have had to respot that. That would have sucked. All right, let's take him ahead. 768, take him to the switch. Yeah, if we could cross over to the other side, that would be nice. Man, it must be a pretty good grade down in there. She slows up like crazy coming out. So I think on our next spot we go through Blackshear, right? I think it's on the other side of Blackshear. I want to say it is. All right, I'll do right here, 768. Switch. Back on the engineer side. We could give him hand signals if we wanted to. It's not that far. Like, he could totally see me. All right, switch is line in the clear. Let's come back about 3 to a coupling. We'll give him 3. And the more you do it, like, the more comfortable you get with this. You can most definitely get rusty doing it. Plus, it's just a lot going on, like all the keyboard commands and, all right, 2 more too. The keyboard commands and then Trying to have a conversation at the same time. All right, so one more good one. All right, let's go ahead and ease them down right here, 768. We'll stop short. She's coming in so fast, like she's really super free rolling, and I didn't want to try to like hop off and control the train at the same time to the coupling. All right, let's come on back about a half to a coupling. In the clear. We're not doing 3-step and all that stuff. Oh yeah, do they even do that anymore? I don't know. They did that when I did. I want to say they got rid of it, right? Some of you guys that still work, do they still have it? I mean, I guess it depends on the company, right? Or is that an FA or a FAA, an FRA thing? All right, let's connect. I almost kind of wish the air hose was before, like, to the left of the angle cock, because in process, that's like the first thing you do. I keep like catching myself wanting to open that before I do this. Go ahead and go partial. Watch our flow here for a second. All right, she's coming on up. Just don't want to dump the air. I don't know at what point in game you can get away with like opening it all the way and not dumping it. All right, that might be good. Go ahead and try it and see. Alright, she looks good. Let's go ahead and walk back to the head end. Let's jog back to the head end. The walking game to me is a little bit on the slow side. I didn't walk this slow. This is like a leisurely stroll. If you wanted to get off before 12 hours, it better be more like this, right? unless you're trying to screw the man over. If they've done pissed you off and you're trying to screw him over, then you walk like this, right? I've known some people to do that. It depends. Depends on your terms with the man at the moment. Let's see, we didn't put any handbrakes on that back there, did we? I don't think we did. All right. Let's blast off. She want to roll back on us. Oh, because we're in reverse. Never mind. Spur. That's fine. It's a lot to remember. It really just is. Those set up for a second. 80 on the bottom. Yeah, we're good. It's not a long train. All right, now we're forward. We're good. So, next stop's Gilman Brothers. We've got center beams to set out. I know for a fact we got center beams set out and chip hoppers to set out. I think we've got center beams to pick up, but I don't think we have chip hoppers. I don't think we do. It's got a weird, some kind of ticking noise. You guys hear that? Something's going on with her. All right, let's go back to our other screen here. 0.62. No wonder she's rolling back into that industry so good. So is this black shear? Maybe. Oh, we got this dude stopped up here. Doggone it. Railroad's all jacked up today. They had problems. So what are these cars? None. I guess we should have picked those up, right? If I had known they were there, we might would have grabbed them. I didn't know they were there. You need to make a mental note of that. Say they're in storage. Yeah, this is Black Shear. We're not going to get too fast because we got to give that other guy time to get out of the way. So I think that's Gilman Brothers, like right up here too. So that works out perfect. This is a good drop off down in there. You can see it's like down and right back up. Oh shoot, we got a crossing. Oops. I was fixated on down the line, not paying attention up close. All right, CSX A768's got a, what is this? Approach, Black Shear. United 74 north out. Yeah, I think this is Gilman Brothers coming up here. All right, let's grab a little bit of air. Just slow down a little bit here. Yeah, that's Gilman, okay. Hopefully we won't roll by it, whatever. All right, we'll let go of the air. So we're hanging on to 2, and then we got our chip hoppers and all that stuff. What do we got in there? I didn't even see. I didn't even see. I want to say it's a couple of it's a few center beams up in there. Yeah, this works out perfect. We'll end it when we get done with this. I said these Run 8 videos are always longer. There's nothing quick about this. Like, there's literally nothing quick about it ever. All right, so after this, we go to Rainier. And we make that set out, and then we bring the rest of our train back. There, we'll just ease by the switch up here and then we'll hop down. That's a grade 0.62. Yeah, it's a little bit of grade going down in there. Let's go ahead and hop down. Oh, what do we got? What do we want to do this? Okay, so we got one car. All right, we got one car, and then all our Gilman stuff. Leave ourselves a little bit of room. I guess we'll go in. We'll grab those loads. We'll set them over. And then shove back in and spot these empties up. We should be good to go. We got what, 4 chip hoppers? We may break those up into 2 and 2. We'll put 2 close to the loader down there for them, and then cut off and then pull 2 on down here. Maybe we may even leave them a little bit. I don't know how they would. That's kind of how would they do that? Because they got the center beams on the bottom behind it, so they can't pull them through and load them. They would have to pull them back the other way. They'd have to pull them back this way to load them. Because if they pulled them the other way, they'd be pulling them on top of the center beams, and I don't know if there's enough room for that. So basically what I'm trying to think is like how they would load these out. So we got 3 center beams. Okay, so we got a few. Yeah, we got 3. All right, let's just keep pulling them ahead. I love wood chip hoppers. The Greenville chip hoppers are like the coolest ever. With those sides. So this is, yeah, these are all Gilman. Gilman, yeah. All right, 768. Let's make about 2 more 2-stop. One more 1. Got room. Right here, dude. Can't see what's going on with it. I may mess that up. There we go. We got 10. All right, good enough. All right, so we should have room to set those other 2 back in. Go ahead and draw them down a little bit more since we're on that grade. And we'll get a handbrake. Close you off. All right, 768, give me a little slack. That'll do. All right, catch up. All right, 768, let's take him to a switch. All right, so far so good. We haven't tore anything up, so that's a win in my book. It hasn't been perfect. We're still knocking the rust off, but we haven't tore anything up, so we're doing good. All right, one more 1. All right, swing down right here. I do 768. So basically what I'm doing is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, for those of you that aren't familiar with the game, I'm doing full independent. in just one go, right? One go. Like, you can do page up and page down, and that'll gradually apply it or gradually take it off. But if you just want to do it all on or off, and this is how I feather it all the time, you just do right control page up to put it all on, and right control page down to take it all the way off. So it's all on or all off that way. All right, let's see. How do I want to do this? Some room on that side. I think we'll be all right. All right, 768 switches line in the clear. Let's shovel them back about 10. He's going to go big time on this grade right here. There's 768 looking good. Keep shoving 10 more. Just keep feeding him car count so he can keep going until you're ready for him to stop. All right, 768 looking good. 10 more cars. We're not actually going 10 cars. We're just feeding him 10 cars as we go along, every few, right? To keep him moving. And then once we start getting to where we can't see good, then we start giving him shorter car counts to slow him down. I hope that makes sense. So I know I can see 10, and it's more than 10, but we're just giving him 10. Just, I mean, we might could give him a little bit more if you wanted to, 15, maybe 20. Slow him up a little bit. He's starting to get a little fast on his grade here. All right, 768. Let's make it about 4 more. So it's starting to get where we kind of can't see, and it's going to start veering back off to the left up here. All right, 3 more cars. 3. So in this curve, we might like continuously feed him 3 cars because that's all we can see basically. All right, keep shoving 3 more. If we got on the other side, we'd have had a better view. Being on the inside of this curve didn't like that great. We shove 2 more. All right, looking good. 2 more. So we're just easing around here. I know there's some cars over there somewhere, right? We know they're out there. We're just having to keep an eye out for them. All right, keep shoving 2. All right, we're starting to see the loader there, so we're getting kind of close. All right, keep shoving 2 more. And if the engineer, you know, if he starts getting towards the end of 2 and you haven't given him another, then he's going to start slowing down. Like, he's going to get ready to stop in 2 unless you feed him more. All right, let's come on back about 3 to a stop. 768. It's like the grade flattened out here, maybe. All right, 2 more to stop, 2. One more, 1. Yeah, I do right here, 768. All right, so now we need to figure out how they could potentially load these chip hoppers. So we know they got a lot more center beams than what I thought they would. Doggone it. That sucks because we only left room for 2. I could have swore there was 2 in there. Ugh. Now we got to back it down the hill a little bit. That sucks. Damn, that sucks. If we had a work order, we would have known. You know, we kind of went in here blind. So I think the question is, do we put the chip empties on this side of the loadout? It's because what they usually do, they'll pull them through somehow on their own. And usually they pull them in groups of 2. At least the places that I worked before, they do it in groups of 2. So they may have like a winch that they hook up to it. And they'll spot them up themselves, like they'll pull them through. So we could put the empties on this side and they would pull them through and load them this way. Or we could put the empties on this side and they could pull them and load them through this way. So the loads would be on this end at that point. Either way, we kind of screwed ourselves with these 4 instead of 2. I truly thought it was going to be just 2. That sucks. All right, so we kind of checked it out. I think we're going to let them pull them back this way. They don't, like, in the end, it doesn't really matter that much, you know. All right, 768 up, down in the clear. Let's come back 1 to a coupling. Back so we can see it all. Half car, half. 20 feet. 10. 5. That'll do. Right there, 768. Alright, question is, are these all laced? Probably not. Nope. We may as well just shift F7 it. Get it all good. Got a brake. Got a brake. He's got a brake. He's got one. Alright. Pull that off. Alright, 768 up and clear. Let's take him to a switch. Catch up as he goes by. There we go. Technically shouldn't ride through this loader here. Looks like it's close. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. You could, like, if it's got a good walkway on the back, you could swing around to the back side of it and just ride the back out, but yeah, that sucks. We got 4 guys. See what our time looks like. A little bit of time. Yeah, we'll finish this up. This is going to be it. This is going to be a while. This is going to be involved, guys. Locals are not. There's nothing quick about locals. Need to check on our other guys here too. What are they doing? 690 is stopped. Pick him on. So after this, Rainier set out and then Ace Pole. I think that's it, right? So it's not a whole heck of a lot we have to do. It's pretty reasonable in my book. Like doing this seems really reasonable. If I took a local and saw we had to work every customer on the entire route, I would be torqued. I'd be like, damn. Where's my brakeman at? So yeah, we'll shove the center beams on down in there. We'll shove them a little further than what they were towards the bottom. And then we'll spot up, the chip hoppers under the loader, at least one. And then pull ahead and cut 2 off. Like, leave just 2 under the loader and then leave 2 more. Just make about 5 more to switch. All right, 3 more, 3. Let's go ahead and swing down. 1 more 1. Let him get by a little bit so he won't roll back. All right, that'll do 768. I hate it. We got to shove back. All right, 768 switches line in the clear. Let's see, he's on back about 4 to a stop. Yeah, we just can't let her get too fast going down in here. That's why we're stopping short, right? We're on a pretty good grade. All right, 2 more 2-2 stop. One more 1. All right, that'll do right here, 768. All right, 768 down and clear. Let's come on back. Ease on back 1 to a coupling. Knock it all the way off. Let's try to let him roll back. I don't even think I'm gonna knock these handbrakes off. We'll shove it with them on. It'll be all right. Get back where we can see everything at once. Half car half. 20 feet. In 5. There, let's come on back about 3 to a coupling. 3 feet. Stop a little bit short. It's all right though. I'd rather stop short than not. Let's go ahead and draw them down some. All right. Well, we gotta shove them back. It's not too terribly far, honestly. Like 1, maybe 2 for good measure. So we almost gave ourselves enough room. Like I said, if I had known for certain what we were picking up there, then we would have accommodated it, but we didn't do that. Let me go ahead and open it up the rest of the way. I'm moving around a little bit there. All right, what do we need to do? Yeah, let's come back 2 good ones. We'll just leave. Yeah, no, actually, I don't want to leave those handbrakes because we're going to forget about them. All right, 768. Let's come on back about 2 to a cut and in the clear. All right, one more good one. All right, anywhere in here will do. 768. All right, that's good. Right there. All right, perfect. Perfect. All right, 768 in clear. Just give me a little slack. Perfect. All right, 768 in clear. Let's take him to the switch. About 2 or 3. Next time we're going to ride the offside in there. All right, one more 768. That'll do right here, 768. Alright, let's catch up on this side. Pulling up with F11. Make sure I put her in reverse, because it's stupid easy to forget. Alright, switch is line in clear. Just shove them back about 6, 768. Alright, looking good. Keep shoving 10 more, 768. We'll just keep shoving along just like this. when you work with people, like you can tell, you'll start to tell if they're giving you like long or short car counts, because not everyone is exactly the same, right? It's a judgment thing. It's a depth perception thing. You know, some people have excellent depth perception, others suck. All right, looking good. Keep coming 10. You just don't want to give them further than you can see. You can give them shorter than you can see. If you can see 30 cars and you give him 10, that's fine. You know, like, that's not going to hurt anything. But you don't want to only see 10 and give him 30. Because then that could be bad. That could be really bad. Because he's expecting to shove 30 cars and you can only see good for 10. And then you shove around the curve past those 10 cars and you're into something, you know. Alright, 768 looking good. Let's make about 8 more. 8. Alright, 646, 768. Man, I can't get my speed right to save me. 4 more 4, 768. Alright, looking good. 3 more 3. We'll just keep feeding them. We'll keep feeding them 3. So we can see better. So looking good. 3 more 768. You see, now we're on the outside of the curve. We can see a little better. We might can get away with 4. So looking good. 3 more. All right, ease now. This independent just a little bit. We only got just like very, very light independent. Yeah, still. Never mind. Back into it. Looking good. 3 more. 768. It gets really repetitive after a while. If you make it a long blind, kind of a blind shove. So looking good. 4 more. All right, 768. Let's come on back about 10 to a stop. All right, I think it's flattening out here a little bit. Eight more. 8, 768. A little bit of throttle. All right, 6 more. 6, 768. I don't know how they would load these center beams here. They don't have a way, like, there's not a way to load them on the other side. If you look at it, like, there's just weeds and stuff over there. Maybe they could load them all from one side. I don't know. All right, 4 more 4 to a stop. You got to be careful because there's no bumper. Let's make it 2 more. Let's ease them down to 2 cars. One more 1. Yeah, there ain't nothing down here, right? It looks like it just drops off. Maybe there is. All All right, that'll do right here, 768. Just go ahead and stop it here. Yeah, that's good. I don't know what's on past those weeds there. Could be track, may not. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, no bumper or nothing. True life though, but there's very few places, like I can think of 1 or 2 places had a bumper. Everything else was just, it just stopped. Yeah, it just went off into the weeds like that. Okay, let's get, just need 1 handbrake. It's pretty flat right there. This guy owes you. Open the coupler. Catch up. All right, 768 in the clear. Let's take him ahead about 4 or 5 to a spot. All right, 4 more, 4, 768. Two more, 2. One more, 1. Half. That'll do right here, 768. Let's stop. Make sure we got it under there. Yeah, perfect. Sweet, okay. Perfect. Hit a handbrake. There we go, handbrake. On down. Close you out. All right, 768 up in the clear. Let's take him ahead about half car. All right, that'll do 768. So you break them up like this sometimes, maybe. It all depends on how they pull them. You know, it's just more manageable for them to do like 2 at a time with chip hoppers. Some places they may say just leave them in there and they'll take care of it, you know. We just got this 1 car left. All right, that's good. All right, 768 up in the clear. Let's take him to the switch. All right, there you go. Sometimes on a place like this, you may bring like a crap ton of chip hoppers all at one time, right? A whole bunch of them, and spot a few up and then pull the rest of them down here on the rest of the lead and just leave them. And so you've got like cars there ready to go for the next time you come down here, so you don't necessarily have to bring any empties. You got them there already. Just depends on what's available, right? And if they can do that. So, kind of gives you an idea of working local. It's not 100% correct by any means. It's good enough for game purposes, though. Good enough for game purposes. Plus, I'm rusty as hell. It's been so long. All right, so we'll get up here, line the switch back, make the train solid, and then we'll start heading towards Rainier, and we'll call it. And then I guess the next video we'll finish our run to Rainier. And I think, I'm just assuming they have plant switchers there, so you probably just set this cutout on the lead, and then they'll grab them and do whatever it is they do with it. You know, you just have to hang on to the cars you take back with you. Don't leave them all, right? Some of these come back with us. Some of these have to go back to Waycross. Not all these are Rainier cars. So we'll get these 5 on the head end go back with us, and what, 2 on the bottom have to go back with us to go to Ace Pole. And then that should be it. Like I said, that's a really super reasonable local. It'd be a good day. This isn't bad at all. So we're not giving counts to the engineer. He's got 3 engines in one car. He knows where he's at. He totally knows. All right, that'll do. 768. Switch here. All right, 768. Switch the line into clears. Come on back. Going back about 4 to a stop. Very catch up on them here. I have to kind of be up close on it to get F11 to work. There you go. All right, we're caught up. All right, 3 more, 3 to a stop. Two more, 2. One more, 1. All right, that'll do right here, 768. All right, swing down. Get over here where you can see. And we say down in the clear, 768, come on back about 1 short, 1 to a coupling. Doesn't look like it's quite a car. It's more than a half. Let's make a half car half. $20 feet. 5 feet. All right, 3 more. That'll do. All right, let's do that. Draw some air down. Place it up. We'll be good to go. Yeah, it really bugs me that it's like it's anal, right? Like it's picky, but I keep wanting to hit this to connect air hoses. I don't know why. Too partial. Let's go ahead and put her in forward. There, we should be able to cut her in the rest of the way. Better keep charging up a little bit. Yeah, we'll we'll hang on for a bit with those handbrakes. We'll let her charge up really good. How many did we get? We got 2. All right, let's go catch up. We'll get out of here. Could just go up right here, right? All right, well, there we go. A little bit of a grade here. The rest of the way. All right, well, we got it. We did it. What we may do is run up here to the south end of Offerman. Maybe. So we came in here on an approach, right? We came in on an approach, so we need to be looking out for the next, right? Delayed in the block, so you go in with the last aspect that you came in on. Trying to remember how that went down. I kind of remember a little bit about it, but what are we hanging on to now? What do we got? Our HPT went down a little bit, but we got 25 lows, 9 empties, 2,300 feet. Not much at all. I was trying to scope our next signal out. I can't see it. It was easy long. We're running the board. We could set it up ourselves and not worry about it at all, right? But we're going to stop. Yeah, we're going to stop her there at the south end of Offerman. And call it there, and then we'll pick up with the rest of it. Another day. Okay, this guy is waiting to leave. Yeah, he's waiting to leave. Here, we'll do that. Get him through Ludovici. Get the next one run on up. Get them out of there. So we came in here on approach. We delayed. How long were we there? I don't know. I got the time froze right now in the game. We were there for a little while. Switching, so we can't necessarily just come tearing up out of here. I don't even know if I honored that at the other place at the Cordell Canyon. We may just tore up out of there. I can't remember what I did now. Yeah, still no signal. What's our next? 2.5. Man, that's a long block. Yeah, that is a long, long block. Yeah, it's gonna be a long video, guys. Like I said, locals, nothing quick about working a local. You if you sit down and run 8 and you're gonna work a local, you better be ready for a little time investment. It's gonna take you a while. Yeah, I keep trying to scope that signal out. I just can't. It's way on out there. It's straight as an arrow through here, so we should. Yeah, I think I see it now. Right there. Gotta see. It looks like we got it clear. We'll wait, get a little closer to it and see, but shouldn't be clear though, because we're stopping at the south end of Offerman, unless that's like another intermediate, not the distant. It sure enough looks like another clear.
CSX equipment defect detector milepost 574.0, no defects. Total axle.
Good deal, no defects.
154, end of transmission.
Yeah, we got it clear. All right, let's go with it. Just wipe the throttle. It's a short trade, light tonnage. He's not going to do anything. Yeah, this must be an intermediate. Yeah, intermediate Patterson. All right, CSX A768 23 has got clear by Patterson. A974 north out. We got a little ways to go to Offerman. I'm trying to figure how we would get our train right at Doctortown when we set this Rainier cut, because we've got cars on the head end that we need to take, and we got cars on the bottom that we need to take. Hopefully they got enough tracks for us to like leave our Rainier cut and then set our cars over and then get around those somehow and then come back. I'm getting fast, never mind. Keep forgetting there's not much to this train. Next signal 3.8. Man, there's some big blocks through here. Yeah, I can't remember the track layout at Doctortown. I know it kind of comes off the main and runs alongside it for a while. I want to say there's 1 or 2 tracks over there. I was trying to remember if we need to like go in the plant proper, like in the yard itself. I don't know how they would do this set out. Like, I don't know if they would just set it out on the lead and let them take care of it, or if they would take it in the yard. Son Thomas Road. This interesting name. Son Thomas. Yeah, on our paper mill job, we took 3 different set out locations. We had a set out location on central Georgia, we had a set out location on the southern, and we had a set out location on the coastline. So the coastline had 2 set out tracks for us, an outside and an inside track. I want to say the southern, let me think. One of those down there for the NS, either the southern or the C&G side, they just left their set out on like the branch. And the other one had a little yard that they did too. And then we would go down there and grab the inbound and then bring it to our yard in the paper mill. So day job took care of the southern and the C&G, central Georgia. Night job did the coastline side. There goes our approach. This A768's got an approach distant to Offerman. 8974 north out. Another crossing up here. That's a pretty short block right here too. That's a really short block. Man, that is... That's one of those blocks, as soon as you see that distant, you better be grabbing some air. I didn't realize it was that short. Like, I could see the siding up ahead, but I thought it would be over, a mile. This A768 23's got to stop South Offerman, A974 north out. Oof, this is gonna be tight. Even for a little train, if you're a tonnage train doing 50 mile an hour through there, woof. That's our grade here, 0.3 up. Pull a little bit here before we stop. All right, guys, good right here. Here we go, full infinite. All right, that's going to do it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed the local. We'll finish this thing up another day. We'll take it to Rainier, and then we'll do the return trip. I don't know how we're going to do the rest of those videos. We might can do it all in one go. It depends on what's up at Doctortown. Anyway, love all of you. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Peace. No, big cat, no. Oh no, kitty. Oh, that's a MiG. That's a MiG over us. Okay, it's the weirdest day ever.